Today is an exciting day. Happy Monday, September 19th. As if we were done for this year, I think not. We still have the fourth quarter coming through, and we are a fourth quarter team. If you've been following the Decentraland Report up until this point, you know that we've made substantial progress. We've been around for a while, folks. We are the first decentralized news network here for Decentraland. We've been building this for some time, and if you've yet to see this building, I strongly suggest you stop through. It's negative 78, negative 54. This was sort of the cornerstone art piece / home that we built alongside our main goal, which was to build a rewards feature that would automate all of our tokenomics, our token distribution for the report token. And we can get more into detail on those things, but today's stream is about presenting our proposal for our next part of our mission. What does that mean? We're going to get into more details soon, but for now, if you're just getting to know about the Decentraland Report, just know that it's about preserving the history together. We as a community, we come together to preserve the history of the metaverse. And under the title of Decentraland Reporters, we have been able to work alongside amazing partners to capture history as it unfolds. We have our own token, the report token, which many of you are already aware of, holders of, and been earning and using that even to purchase things like billboard space, reserve coverage on air, all sorts of things, so you can have your own platform to tell your story, your news, your event, everything that you need here in Decentraland. People can become members for free, and they can get claim in those daily airdrops that we do. And we are a place where people can find that each step in the metaverse tells a story, whether it be this first one right here, where people can learn how to hop up our little staircase here if they're just getting into the metaverse. We see this as a great landing point for anyone, because through our different reporters, for instance, like Mariana, who's streaming today at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 11 p.m. UTC. All of them broadcasted here into the Decentraland Report building. You can see we have a stage area set up. And this preserver is what you're seeing right here, fills up as we grow as a community, and that feeds our flower bud here. This is a giant flower bud that when we reach our goal of essentially 10,000 subscribers here in our community, that we will see an Easter egg unfold. I'm going to save that surprise for later. But there's a lot of amazing things that go into this story, and this build is a platform, and these people are the champions around this platform. Before even getting into my presentation, I want to thank every single one of these people who are here listed in this hall. Why? Because they continue to do outstanding work to ensure that the community has a platform, a voice of their own, so that we can essentially always have a place to tell our story. What you're seeing here is essentially a little gallery space, but here what you're seeing is a discussion space. Here we have our own DAO set up. So here we have our discussions where people can express how hot or cold they feel on any particular point. So here we have a DAO, and we discuss everything about Decentraland DAO, about DCL Report DAO. There's a lot that's going on in Decentraland, and the DCL Report has now built a platform for not only our story, but to uplift those people who are telling that story. Reporters are earning a share of the donations that come through. They're earning an extra share of report tokens every week for covering their 1 hour of the report. That is to say, this is just the beginning. Now that we've automated in our last DAO proposal, if you're not familiar, we were approved a little over 6 months ago to build out feature automation. Let me show you. Automation features to distribute our rewards for our community members, whether it be reporters, viewers. It was an issue, and it continues to be an issue for a lot of community builders to be able to actually send things out en masse in a way that's actually has a friendly user experience and is protecting user information. So essentially, this is something that we invested in together to be able to automate so that we could grow beyond the couple hundred people who I could actually physically send this out to without being a dramatic cost increase to have other people doing these things for us. So we automated it, we completed that. As you all know, on Expand, we've been using this, and you can find out more about this on our channel on the Decentraland Report. But just so you can see, people can subscribe here and they can opt in for rewards. You can't see it right here because I'm the moderator, but if you're a member, if you're just visiting, you'll see a connect wallet button right here. And if you're connected and you opt in for rewards, instead of you having to drop your ETH address all the time into airdrops, into giveaways, things like that, you can simply opt in for rewards once, and you can get all sorts of bonuses. So if you're a community member, a subscriber, you can, we load our report token into a smart contract, and based on these different roles that you can have, you can get different amounts of coins each week. And I can also easily airdrop, if I wanted to airdrop, for instance, our subscribers, or everybody, or maybe a specific person. There you go, 2 people. If I wanted, I didn't have to ask them for their ETH address again. I can just easily airdrop this to them. And this is a feature that's going to soon be available to every community builder. We're testing it. We just completed our audit thanks to Ignacio, one of the original developers of the Decentraland smart contract. We hired him to audit our smart contract for this. So we just completed that, and we're going to continue to take this forward until eventually soon it'll be available for any community builder, and it makes things a lot easier. We can approve, there's a lot of bot prevention stuff as well to prevent people from farming. So it's awesome. You can load in any NFT in here. You can easily distribute that. It's fairly simple, and designed by the community for the community. It seriously is something that we know is going to solve a problem for us and for other people as well. Now that we have that, we've seen our community grow substantially. We've been seeing our community really take its existing members, and our subscribers have increased a number just from those existing members. And we're at around 5%. Let's see, we recently got an increase in our subscribers. So let's say right now we are at 590. Let's see. So we're 6%. So 6% of our members are actually subscribed. Why? Because they can get additional report tokens, and they can get special airdrops every month. We do something called a Meta Moments airdrop, where all of our throughout the month, our reporters are capturing special meta moments, special things that happen each day. Our community members, they upvote these events, and the top 5 are put into our DAO for voting. Based on those report token holders, they vote on what the top meta moment of the month was, and then from there we create a wearable out of that. So for instance, we recently approved our most recent meta moment wearable. Was designed after this Wonder Zone event where they released their latest pickaxe in Decentraland, and that was voted as the community the most significant moment in the metaverse in that month. As you can see here, it was close, 58% to 41%. It was close. But indeed, now we recently airdropped that to our subscribers, and during special events, airdropped that to community members. So there's a lot of reasons why people are continuing to subscribe, stay subscribed. We have a high retention rate. And we recently did a survey that showed our NPS score to be, which is a Net Promoter Score, to be 66. We interviewed 35 of these members. So they were people, it was a small segment of a larger community. Not everybody wanted to or did fill out the survey, but from those who did, all of them were super excited, and they saw the actual value we were creating here. So without further ado, 1 week ago, we submitted this draft to the forum. So 1 week ago, this isn't the first that you're hearing of this most likely. One week ago, we submitted this draft to the forum where people were able to take a look at our drafted grant proposal and give their feedback here. And so they did. And we took all of that feedback into consideration. We had a lot of great support, and we've been able to iterate around those ideas. And simple things sometimes come up, like we set up a multi-signature wallet to handle funds. Shout out to Abro who gave us that idea. So now not only are the funds that are going to come through this DAO proposal going to be managed through a multi-sig wallet, which for those of you who don't know helps protect us from hacking, helps prevent us from one person distributing all the funds. Multiple people have to approve each distribution. So it is a fail-safe, another fail-safe. So little things like that, as well as ideas on how we could better allocate some of our targeting in our channels. Like we changed, one of them was for billboards, but instead we decided to move those funding based on community input to global sort of guerrilla marketing using visual impact driven audio visual pieces like avatar designs. Imagine a intro piece using avatars like of the intro, like of a news segment, a news show. So those are things that we're going to be doing, and we're working with experts in the industry and in Web3 to make sure that we do this amazingly. Another idea was to use Brave browser as a marketing channel, as a way to bring in people who are Web3 literate into the community as well. So a lot of things that we've been able to develop over the last week, and I appreciate everybody giving their feedback. I don't want to take too much of your time. I know you're busy. What's the point of this stream / video that I'm making right here? Is to tell you the overall goal of why we're asking for funding in this next stage, why it's different from the last time we asked for funding, which was to build everything we have now, and essentially what goals that we're going to achieve and how that's going to make an impact in the community. So without further ado, I'm going to jump right into it. I hope afterwards you'll go into the DAO. After this, I'm going to take this video, I'm going to put it alongside all of our materials in the official DAO proposal. I'm going to make a post on Twitter. I hope you'll jump into it and read it over. I hope you'll vote yes, and I hope you'll share it with other people in the community. Whether you have 1, 10, 100, 1,000, a million VP, whatever it may be, it matters. It matters to see that the community is standing behind this at every level, and you'll see that it'll be for the right reasons. So thank you so much for taking the time to listen to this proposal. Without further ado, here we are, the Decentraland Report. This is our proposal for marketing our metaverse sustainably using our decentralized news network. Okay? There was a barrier that we saw. The biggest problem is the access to the metaverse has limitations to those who have the right hardware, the right intelligence, and honestly, the right why, the right reason. It's easy for an artist or a developer to see those things, but for the masses, that's not quite obvious at first glance, and it doesn't mean that we should sit around and wait for somebody to have an aha moment. We need to bring those barriers down and reach people where they are. To do that, we pioneered by making it easier for people to enter the metaverse, living vicariously through one of our industry experts who streams live here on the Decentraland Report. A new user's first steps can now be alongside an expert who's an experienced metaverse explorer. Our team of reporters, they stream 7 days a week across multiple languages. In fact, we cover 4 different languages here on the report: Chinese, English, Portuguese, and Spanish. Soon to add actually a few more. We'll get into that. In our decentralized news network, we are trusted community members who are honestly voted by our DAO to be official Decentraland reporters. So we have a decentralized autonomous organization where anyone in our community can vote on or off who is speaking, who is telling those stories, who are earning those rewards for being our reporters. Our achievements have been quite impressive, but we see a lot further we can go. However, we've been able to lift the whole community, bringing positive attention through major news networks like CBS and NBC. We've also given multiple grant workshops and conferences around leadership and ways to build and accomplish things like we have in this space, such as building a actual solid DAO proposal. So if you're curious on hearing everything and seeing, we have a lot of resources that we've done to help other community members succeed as well. we've validated our assumptions and the proof of concept that the community really sees value in a decentralized news network of their own. Some of the feedback that we heard in those surveys that I was telling you about, like, I always say that we're building our history. So you are the best example of records of what is happening in Decentraland. In fact, you can go back any day. This person is touching on the fact that you can go back any day for the last year and 9 months and see what was happening in Decentraland. DCL reporters are capable of sitting, explaining, and talking through everything we don't understand. This is literally how I got into the metaverse, and sincerely in NFTs in general, when I was about to quit. A lot of people are just looking for communities that they can be a part of, and with our diverse group of people and leaders who speak from multiple perspectives, we offer a safe and trusted place where people can find ways to learn and grow in the metaverse. Another person said here, great diverse team covering an array of topics throughout Decentraland. There are numerous things occurring at any given time. By having such a diverse team, you'll be able to connect with multiple individuals and provide visibility of projects occurring within the space. Couldn't have said it better myself. That's exactly how we see it. We've delivered a really strong product. We have a decentralized news team and a DCL news station that's been built in the metaverse. One of a kind. It is a piece of art. Shout out to MetaZoo International and GMI for helping us build such a beautiful, really interactive and pioneering news station. And we have an amazing team. We're going to talk more about them in a bit. But as you saw in the beginning, an amazing team of people who make this possible. We also have already released our own audited token. We have a DAO set up and an active community of voters. And we also have automated our rewards. So now there is actual automated distribution through a smart contract that is operated through a Web3 feature that doesn't exist anywhere else. We've built it as Web3 native people into a partnered company called Expand that has pretty much given us every tool that we asked for to grow and do the things that we envision. So shout out to Expand. We've built a really strong product, but we want to ensure that we keep this, but we don't want to do this depending on the DAO. See, grants should not equal this sort of zigzag feature where we build features, we get there, we finish them, we're out of money, and now we raise more money to build more features. It should not be an endless cycle of building features. What we need to do is we need to think about building features that create value and then getting it out to everybody out there in the world so that we can grow and have this be self-sustainable. That's the way that we envision it. So now that we've built a product, we've built something that we've proven has value, we don't want to just keep building features. We've proven the value around that. Now we need to build for adoption. We need to build that out for adoption. We see what our conversion and our retention rates give us and our net promoter score give us a really, really solid assumption, validation around our product value, unique value proposition. Now we need to get that out in front of as many people as possible and scale this out, and we will become self-sustainable and grow even further beyond without the need of DAO funding. So we've built that sticky product, and now we need to invest in marketing it. As you can see here, even just a few days ago, we had 33 subscribers. Today we have 37, and it's growing at a rapid pace. As soon as people discover what we're doing and the value that it brings, people are excited about it. And we were recently invited to speak at many conferences, including Media Party in Argentina, where we're literally presenting this to major news corporations and groups and journalists. And this is an important thing to say. If we don't market this and get this out there, somebody else is going to do it, and there already are people. There are people who are starting to do this now, and they want to be where we are. And if we don't accelerate and grow, people are going to catch up to us quicker than you can imagine. It's so important that we have urgency right now, which is why we want $240,000, the highest we've asked for yet. The last time we asked for $120,000 to build out this product, we want to ask for $240,000 now to market it. We're going to amplify the voice of the Decentraland Report, which is not only going to bring attention to the most exciting evolutions within our metaverse. So not only is it going to be helping grow our community, but also give us an amplified voice to market you, the community, and to bring attention. So we're going to talk about more about our metrics, but we're going to reach a large 100,000 plus community members. And we're going to be, and reaching that is not just going to benefit the Decentraland Report. It's going to benefit every community who we tell the story of. And our DAO is the one who are controlling that. So this is uplifting. This is a very synergistic and uplifting thing for the community. We're going to be targeting developers, designers, artists, and entrepreneurs ages 20 to 40 that are in that higher learning section of the population. People who are just starting to learn about Blender, starting to learn about the metaverse. We're going to be doing targeted advertising to get our message in front of these people through various channels. And here's our goals. We're going to reach 100,000 members, 100,000 plus members here on our Expand channel specifically. Why? Because we're converting 6% at this point, but we were at 5%. So for a long time, we typically held a 5% conversion rate. As long as we continue to hold that, we reach 100,000 members, we're going to be able to sustain what we're doing and our operational costs, as well as reward our reporters and keep doing and growing and investing in new feature development without the DAO. So that is our goal, to reach 100,000 members here and Expand. Why would people want to do that? Because by opting in, by becoming a member, which is free, you earn report tokens every week. By subscribing, you earn additional report tokens every week. Using those report tokens, you can do things like purchase billboard space in the metaverse, ad coverage. You can do, I'm going to show you right here what I mean. You can see what I'm talking about right here. So recently, somebody purchased billboard space on one of our many billboards around Decentraland to promote their wearable drop. So they're in a community where they're watching the news, they're watching the stories, they're earning an ownership in that ecosystem that they can use to have their voice heard. This is what we've literally built as a creative economy, folks. And this is just the start. People are also using this to request coverage. So they're able to ask, for instance, right here, if they have a specific thing they want covered on air, they can offer a certain amount of report tokens, and then they can get different coverage by different reporters. This is a whole creative economy that we've built, and this is why people want to be members. This is why people want to be subscribed, because rather than send out a press release or message a bunch of people, they can use the platform that they own by being a part of this community to get their voice out, to get their message out. And it is an amazing thing to see take place. It really is. So ultimately, we're going to be reaching 100,000 members on that community. Targeted advertisements on social media. We have experts in Web3 and targeted ads and marketing who are going to be helping us target this and testing landing pages. A/B testing these I'm a serial entrepreneur. This is not my first rodeo. We are going to be A/B testing landing pages using our capital in a progressive way to get our cost of customer acquisition cost lower and lower, so that ultimately we're going to be reaching 100,000 members with this funding that we use across these different channels that that I'll mention in a bit and be more specific. Unless anyone has any questions, let me know in chat. So we're going to be using this, targeting this on a landing page. We're going to be offering that free membership that's going to ultimately look to convert 5% into subscriptions. The outcome being we are going to be a self-sustainable, decentralized news network that is going to increase traffic to ongoing experiences that are happening by creators across Decentraland. This is so important, and we're already collaborating with so many of you, so this isn't something we're starting to do. This is something that we've already been doing for a long time, and we've honestly done a lot, but we see a lot further that we can go as a community. No one's done something like this before. No one's done an actual marketing case study that we can all look for. When we're trying to plan for this marketing strategy, we have to go through all other places to find some useful information, and it's behind paywalls. we're going to take all this information from our marketing campaign. We're going to make this available in a case study that anybody can use. So we're going to calculate our customer acquisition cost. We're going to come out knowing how much money do we need to spend in ads that we've optimized in order to acquire a single subscriber, right? We're going to come out of this with a full case study on who we've targeted and what's been successful. We're going to make this available so everybody else can learn, so other people can create marketing campaigns that are efficient and they leverage the learnings that we have. And that's always been our strategy. We don't want to build a ladder that's for one person to climb up, so everyone has to build their ladder. We're building a ladder that everybody else can use as well. Our DAO basically is operated through our report token right now. So if you have our report token, if you're opted in and subscribed on Expand, or if you're free or subscribed, you're earning that report token. If you're a reporter, you're earning that report token. So if you have those, you're earning that and you're able to vote in our DAO. And in there, you can vote on budgets for what we do with our subscription revenues, what we do with any revenues that we come down the line. Our reporters on our team, you can vote them on or off. So if you have someone who's not properly representing or not giving everybody a fair opportunity to be heard, people can actually vote them off through the DAO. You can vote on or off different partnerships, different prizes or rewards. Our DAO controls our voice and our activity. So this isn't going to be something that is going into one group. This is really for the community, by the community. And here's how we're going to be using these funds. So a bulk of it is going to be going to targeted ad placement. Why? Because that is our gas. That is to get us where we need to go. That $150,000 is what we're going to be using to get our message in front of the right people through Twitter, through Facebook, through Instagram, through YouTube placement. For instance, people that are watching Blender that are ages XYZ, that are in a specific demographic. We're going to be targeting this to increase our click-through rate, get our customer acquisition costs lower and lower. And basically, we're going to start by testing those things, and based on what's working the most, that's where we'll pump the acceleration on our targeted ad placement. But this $150,000 is going to get our 100,000 plus members in our community. That's what we're going for. The rest of our funding is going to go towards having a good marketing director, and anyone who runs a business knows that even a good marketing director is doing us a favor at $24,000. Now, we're working with an amazing marketing director who's been a part of our community for a long time, Nicole Nixon. She is not only a content marketing expert around Web3, she's worked with a range of notable companies. So when she knows how to do things at a high tier level that's going to make us look amazing as a world-class brand, as we should, she is going to know how to do this. She is going to know how to build the marketing case study that we have at the end of this. And she's somebody who I trust personally. I can vouch and put my own reputation on the line, knowing that this person is going to serve the community in the best way possible. So we're also going to be having our reporters create micro content along the way. So we have a team of 8 different reporters, and we can go through each one of our team members in a bit. But each one of them we're going to be not only creating copy, but having different people from our team tell that and then test that we're going to be really scientific in finding the best combination of things to get people to understand our value. We don't need to convince them. We just need to we have value that we've created, folks. We just need to get that message clear and in front of the right people. We have the right reporters, so we're going to be giving them the capital they need to put aside so that they can create that micro content for us to put into our campaigns. We have an audio-visual team that we've been working with, experts across 3D design, 2D design, musical design. I myself am a Berklee College of Music alumni, studied film scoring. So we have the audio-visual team to make this beautiful. You've seen our DCL Report HQ. You know that we have the right team to do it. And we have $15,000, the right amount of money that we need to have some really, really quality footage that we create and experiences that we can build that really convey our story. We're going to be spending a small amount of this on web design, like around the landing pages, We might use that for SEO work, to work with a specialist metaverse gainers, but really we're gonna start lean. We're gonna use some very standard landing page tools, AI-driven landing page tools that we can use to test out where people are clicking, what's converting the most. So we already have a website. We don't need a new website. So $5,000 is gonna give us the web design and the tools that we need to build out all the sort of landing pages and iteration around that. We also want to use and test out Glowlabs.xyz, which is a way that for us to amplify our messaging. So Glowlabs is a company that also is partnered and being used by DG. We found them and we were suggested to incorporate this into our campaign. Why? Because literally people can earn NFTs and our token by retweeting on Twitter. So everything that we do ad-wise and stuff on Twitter, people can also retweet and like and get our report token as well. So we think that's a way to accelerate and even grow further and really optimize and increase the value in that $150,000 that we spend. We can increase the impact with something like Glowlabs. So we're going to be able to also be using 2,000 of that for prizes, giveaway funds, all sorts of things that we want to do to incentivize people to support as well. And yeah, I think that's going to be to say this is where we're going to start. That $2,000 isn't going to be like how we're going to get the 100,000 members. That's going to be like how we're going to use this. We're going to use this money to incentivize those 100,000 members to be subscribers, right? So maybe we use that like for some NFT giveaways that we can do for our subscribers that would keep our conversion rate to 5% or above. Like I said, not my first rodeo, folks. How am I doing this? Well, this is going to be our amazing team. This is how we are doing this right here. I will be the project manager. We have a marketing director. We have a graphic designer. There's other people here that I didn't mention. John Mocap, who is the 3D designer around things from Lord of the Rings, Bad Bunny, Drake. He's going to be working with us as well. We have a video content manager, Stefan, who's been working with us since day one. And our amazing team of reporters, Mariana, Chris Metatrekkers, Fabinho, Inna DCL, Frisky Bumblebee, Fractillions, Mustafa, myself streaming, and our partners, MetaZoo International, Expand GG, Collect Online, Enter DAO, Landworks, and not to mention all of our other partners around the metaverse and people we're continuing to grow relationships with. We've really come so far, and this is just the start, folks. I hope you'll give us your support. Hope you'll vote in the DAO. I am going to now take this video. I'm going to upload it there along with our DAO proposal in there, and I will send it out to a few of our trusted friends, partners, and I hope you'll help us get the word out. And I hope you have a great rest of your day. I appreciate everybody who stayed around to listen in and see what we're doing and what our vision is. If this goes the way we envision it, in the next 6 months, we are going to have 100,000 members in the DCL report, which we will be able, it's not going to be a one-time thing that happens and is done. Once we reach that, who knows, we can do so much. We're going to continue to grow, and we're going to continue to reinvest in getting the word out. And this is just the start, folks. So this is something that is going to take us on an exponential path of growth. And I appreciate y'all being with us for this. Thank you, Sango. Thank you, Maddie. Thank you, Sherry. Thank you, everybody who believed in us since day 0.9. You know, it's been a long journey, but we're just getting started, folks. I believe we can do this. I believe in the community. All right, y'all. Have a great rest of your day. Much love, and check out my Twitter. I'll be posting when this is up in the next hour or so, and I hope you'll be there ready to vote yes. All right, y'all. Peace out.